Of course he's late. He can't get an erection. He can't get an election. An election or an erection, this poor guy. Look at these chats. These are his fans. Show you how much of a liar this guy is. He always said, I don't know who DJ Javels is. Who the fuck is DJ Javels? Now he's using one of his songs as his opener. This guy's unbelievable.
Hey, everybody, how are you? What can I say? What is there left to say?
I'm sure you'll think of something.
Am I upset? Yes. Will I live? Yes.
Maybe. Are you out of breath? Yes. Are you sweaty? Yes. You have a lot of nerve. You're talking about people living in shitholes, and for years you lived in a 500 square foot apartment in a basement in a slum, 20 by 25 feet, the whole apartment. Delusional moron.
Check.
That's going to fix it.
Do
check,
I have
check.
Brian Karam coming on? Yes. Skål!
Yeah. Lemonade, right? This moron.
Oh, okay. So, I know you all like to think that I am a big loser today. And, you're entitled to that opinion. And
You're a big loser every day.
I understand why, because I'm a big Democrat. I'm a liberal. And I was hoping that sanity would prevail and educated people will show up at the polls.
They're all high school dropouts.
Apparently, I was wrong. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. That's why pencils have erasers. I will tell you this, though. While you're busy celebrating my loss and so happy about it, just know that I doubled my crypto money today. And my stocks are going through the roof. And I don't attribute that to Donald Trump. I attribute that to the fact that there's no more uncertainty. But
you lie. You don't have any stocks worth mentioning. You don't have any crypto. You don't even know what that is.
I'll get an expert opinion. Why should I have my own? I was hoping that the Army Major would have a change of heart and come on. He's just too pissed, I think. He doesn't want to deal with you assholes, which I understand.
No, he doesn't want to deal with you. You always interrupt him. He's on the show, and you leave, and you read super chats while he's your guest. And there's no reason for him to be on your stupid show.
I found out that Carl's Frosted Tips idiot was Vince the lawyer.
Of course.
Who was doxing the Army Major.
Of course.
Vince, I'm going to tell you right now, don't ever do it again.
That's
ever.
Nothing. He's doing a lot more.
With Dunsky. Don't fuck with my guest.
He's doing a lot more than that, stupid.
And now, without anything left to say, let me bring on the man of the hour who told me on the phone when I called him last night that we were going to win, and I'll love to get his opinion on it now. Please welcome Brian Karam. Hey, Brian.
I'm incognito as I escape the United States for Byron's colder incline.
Last night I called you, said, "Oh no, but we're gonna win. Don't worry."
Well, what can I tell you? I was reading the tea leaves. I thought she would have 276 electoral votes. If you look at the numbers, the Democrats didn't show up in numbers. Donald Trump ended up with about 71 million votes, 2.5. And this is, mind you guys, before you jump in and comment, this is based on the tallies so far. They could go up. In 2020, he had 74 million votes, give or take. He's got about 2.5 million less. But the Democrats only churned out, instead of 81, 66 million. So 14.5 million fewer votes. And a lot of those were in the swing states. So the Democrats didn't turn out in the numbers that they were supposed to. And proportionally, look, they may not, they're not done counting the votes, but you're not going to find, and you can scream voter suppression all you want, Democrats, you just didn't show up. And a lot of that boils down to the fact that a lot of people at the end of the day just aren't comfortable with a
lot of blacks and Latinos switch sides too. You neglected to mention that, big time.
Black female as president, and that's I knew there were a lot of men who hated women. I didn't know there were that many women who also despised women.
I know, which is amazing. And let me issue a retraction.
She's not black. She's Hindu Indian.
The lawyer just texted me, said he's not Carl's Frosted Tips, so I guess maybe I was fed wrong information, so I apologize. But anyway, Brian, now, do you know Pam Keith on Twitter, Esquire? She says there's like 20 million votes uncounted for. Now, I don't want to sound like an election denier. We've been through that before, but have you been hearing that?
Look, voter suppression was a thing. If you really want to talk about anything, let's talk about the act of war that was propagated by Russia. You know, you want to scream voter suppression from Republicans, fine. But we have documented act of war, Russian interference in our election, documented. And Republicans and Democrats both should be upset with that because it affects both of them. And that is an interference in our election is an act of war. Now, what we do about it, I doubt there will be much done.
Look at John. He's not listening.
I don't know about 20 million odd votes. I don't think that would be an accurate reflection of what went on. I think that Democrats better learn they lost, and it's their fault they lost. How poor are you that the Republicans keep finding a lower level and you can't crawl over the lower bar?
I know. It is.
You know, I don't know what to tell you. Democrats, you got a lot to account. Now, the press, we have a lot to account for, too. We were criticized by both Republicans and Democrats for favoring either candidate. There are those who said that we favored Donald Trump. There's those who said that we favored Kamala Harris. The fact of the matter is we were just incompetent in reporting. And that's that is a fact. We did not do our job well. But the Democrats didn't do a very good job either. And the Republicans turned out their base.
You guys want to listen to this? I've had enough already. It's going to be 3 hours of bullshit. And this fat, sweaty mess, I can't take them anymore. I don't know. I'll give it a few more minutes.
Donald Trump base stayed. The Donald Trump base didn't grow. The Donald Trump base won because the Democrats didn't turn out the vote.
What I found.
Congratulations, everyone! Your next president is Donald Trump, and I don't like sequels. Other than, all right, I'll give it up for Godfather 2. I like that sequel.
This is the first time since Grover Cleveland that a president did not let one non-consecutive. Since 1893, the end of the Civil War, it hasn't happened.
But the rest of the sequels I've seen suck. And
Wait. Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on.
All right, maybe.
Brian, what I found.
I'm your father.
Yes, come on. That was the biggest bombshell ever.
That sucked.
I am your father.
Yeah, and I'm a kid, and I'm like, now I gotta wait 3 years.
You're a kid now, you're an asshole. Yeah, who wants to watch a puppet show?
To find out if he really is. I mean, it isn't like the kids have it now. They just started episode 1 and keep going. And so they already know that Anakin is, that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker. Brian, the thing that I found really odd, and I see all these haters in the room,
I don't care.
Yeah, the Army major didn't want to.
I just want to say off the top, I'm going to take my George Carlin line here. I disengage. I'll give you what I think. I'll give you what I care about it. But at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. 20 or 30 years ago, I checked out because I know this country is a freak show, and I'm just happy to be having a front row seat watching it. And so I have, other than my family, I don't really much give a shit. So go ahead. Go for it.
Well, I mean, now I just got done saying, Brian, that I did make more money in crypto and, in Bitcoin and in stocks, but give it 2 years, watch what happens to the economy. I don't anticipate it's going to be much.
No. What's
You're gonna wait till your guest comes on and start taking pills? You dumbass. What an asshole.
going to happen is that they'll blame the Democrats. You want me to wait till you're done eating and drinking?
That was the pills, sorry. I take my medication.
I knew.
Yeah, during the show. You got 24 hours a day to take your pills. You sick bastard.
You were on medication. It's a tough room. Hey.
Yes, I'm on OCD medication.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know.
No, he isn't.
Squirrel. I'm sorry, what?
What? Yes. Yes, I do have to take my OCD pills because I missed them yesterday.
Ah.
You missed him. You didn't take him is what you mean. You didn't miss him. He takes Klonopin. He takes blood pressure. He takes cholesterol. And whatever else he takes. Greatest shape of his life. He's an animal.
Well, it was. I haven't slept much the last day or two. So, welcome to my world.
Well, I will say this to you, Brian. I was very surprised that my Hispanic community did not show up for Kamala, and the African American
They did show up for Trump, stupid.
community didn't show up for Kamala. Trump made headways.
Didn't show up. Women, nobody. The Democrats preached. I have a friend who probably was correct in this, and he said, it was all that happy, joy shit. People didn't want to hear it. They wanted to hear about the economy and immigration, and but they listened to Donald Trump griping and moaning and screaming and retching and kvetching. So
Yeah.
they thought that their best bet was to preach, happy, joy. The fact of the matter is, once you're in for a penny, you're in for a pound. They try to appeal to Republicans who weren't Democrats.
You're quoting Ren and Stimpy?
They tried to appeal to Republicans who had left the Republican Party and the far left progressives. But, there's something that Joe Walsh said, not the guitar player, but
I got it.
former. I always preface that because somebody goes, the guitar player never said that. Anyway, so Joe Walsh said something that he said, Donald Trump is a demagogue who appeals to the populists and are taking advantage of them while appealing to them. The Democrats have never recognized that we're in a populist moment. And that's true. The Democrats have thought that they could, that their ideas, some of them are elitist, and believe that they could carry the day with Kamala. And but what this vote showed you is that America is not as progressive as the Democrats.
That's not OCD medication. You're on your third or fourth pill. Take one pill for OCD, which is bullshit anyway. So
Would like to think America is. And perhaps they needed an old white guy to be on the ticket with progressive ideas.
Well, but the scary thing,
this guy does everything wrong. As simple as taking pills, he does that wrong too.
Brian, is now. Now, I'm not saying. Look, Trump is not a healthy man, and he's fat.
He's never been a healthy man. Remember, he had bone spurs. He couldn't go into the military.
He's healthier than you, stuttering fool. He doesn't have genital warts in his hair and hemorrhoids.
He's never been healthy, damn it.
Yeah. But
he's the most healthy man, but at the same time, he's the healthiest man ever.
He's almost 20 years older than you, John. He looks way better than you. He moves better than you. He breathes better than you.
He's going to live to be 200. So
you use too many heartbeats, you'll be dead. So if in
See, John knows this. That's a fact, Jack off. That's a fact, Jack off.
fact, let's say, God forbid, he has a heart attack, we are one heartbeat away from J.D. Vance as our president.
John, you're going to have a heart attack long before Trump. Watch. Let's see.
Who's one heartbeat away to have Speaker Mike Johnson as your president. This is scary, Brian.
Well, he's not going to be speaker. Hakeem Jeffries will be speaker.
Oh, you think that? Why you think?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think then that. I think that's already been decided.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
John, you don't know anything, stupid.
Democrats have defied logic there, and see, that's another indication that here's my question for dear Donnie. You were screaming that the. All I can tell you, man, is brother, I am gonna sit back and watch this for 4 years and laugh my ass off because the research, you're getting fucked by rich people every day, and the donor class really doesn't give a shit who wins this election. The donor class is still going to make out. Both of them. Check and see who Bezos and Elon Musk give their money to. Both parties.
Brian, this was a great tweet, and it's by Taryn T., Duchess of the Blue Sea, where she said, while your daughter is bleeding out in a hospital waiting room without health care, natural disasters are ruining your home, and you no longer have Social Security, I sure hope your eggs are cheaper. Because these people don't realize how bigly they are going to suffer from this decision.
Bigly? All right, college graduate. Listen, guys, I got to pause this and just wait for it to go ahead. I can't take it.
Democracy versus fascism. Fascism won. Now, you can defend it being part of the cult. You could say, hey, we're in the majority. And I'll go, hey, you're right. You are.
Hey, Michael, his erection is doing the same as the election. Not existent.
In the majority. Doesn't make you right. The majority of people used to think the sun orbited the earth, and they were wrong. So I'll be content in knowing what is going down because I've seen it. And those who have conveniently forgotten what Donald Trump's first administration was like, you're going to get a real good lesson on it really soon. And, I'm getting to the point where I don't want to go back to D.C. and cover this nonsense anymore. Younger people with a lot of... And I get it. There was some voter suppression. They expelled people off the rolls in Virginia. She still wanted...
It's like, I'm still breathing. I still get my pensions.
There you go. I'm headed out to Environs North.
And unfortunately, Kid Rock stays in America. And
now, see, that's the biggest loss of all. God damn it.
And but De Niro leaves, so that's even a bigger loss.
Bob,
Natalia was a pimp. He never could have bought Santino. I did not know that our true enemy was Don Balzini all along.
And then also, Brian, I hear that Trump is considering Judge Chutkan to be his attorney general. That's the judge in Florida who's going to exonerate him or get him.
Hey, Brian, that was Marlon Brando, not De Niro.
Out of all those...
She personally is stupid. It's that to say that the Democrats, the biggest problem I have with them is this elitist mentality that they know war hawks, and now they're accusing the Democrats of that. And I don't see the Democrats as war hawks. I see, look, if you don't get it, we're already involved in World War III by proxy right now. And in fact, we are being shot at. We don't have boots on the ground, but we got boots in boats and boots in planes, and they're getting shot at, and we're shooting back. That's war. So what we have to do is make sure it doesn't go nuclear, and then you and I are sitting there having to wear a 300 shade of sunblock to keep down the radiation poisoning.
Well, let me just quote The great Michael Stipe. It's the end of the world as we know it.
And I feel fine.
Dumbass Adams. Abortion was a non-issue. Apparently so.
No, that, hey, Dom,
Okay, enough of this.